What's up guys, ACCardShark back with another hunting video, I guess, for lack of a better term. Today's the release day for the SNES Classic. I was not able to get a pre-order in because every single company that put pre-orders up, of course, were like at 2:30 in the morning or 4 in the morning, whatever. I'm either at work or sleeping, so I was not able to get any pre-orders in. So I'm literally going and guessing as to, guessing and testing and trying to hope that I can track one down and I'm in line early enough to get one. I'm going to try out the GameStop, which is literally a mile down the road from my house, and see. That's where I got my NES Classic last year, and I was like 3rd or 4th in line around 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:15 in the morning. And it's about that same time right now. So I'm gonna hope that I can get the same place in line and be good and everything's cool. If not, I do have some other leads on some other stores in the area that maybe got a little bit better stock than the GameStop did. I understand that GameStop is holding back units, but we can get more into that later. So if I'm not able to get into GameStop, I'm going to hightail it to another location. I think John's going to possibly meet up with me. I'm not sure yet. And we'll go from there. So I'll take you on the road, hopefully to one stop, but if not, multiple stops until I get to where I'm going. And you can just follow my progress along the way. And if I'm successful, which pretty much if I was successful, you're watching this video, because I wouldn't post one if I didn't get one. But we'll go back to the game room, unbox it for you, and show you everything that comes with it. Game room, back from my hunt for the SNES Classic, and obviously since you're here in the game room with me, I was successful. So tiny little box here, as you can see, same as the last one. My hand covers the entire box. It's incredibly small but incredibly detailed and awesome. As you can see right there, it has like really cool artwork on the front, and of course Star Fox 2 included. As you can see, games included: Star Fox 2 never released, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong, F-Zero, all that kind of good stuff. Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition, and everything else. And then if you look at the side here, it's got the picture of the controller, Super NES Classic controller, and then other languages. On the other side here, it's got the console, and then on the top, the Classics logo with the SNES controller this time. And then on the back of the bottom is just whatever. The back of the box, absolutely amazing artwork. As you can see, it lists every game that comes on here. So you've got Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, Contra 3, which is awesome, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Mario Kart, or I should say Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox 1, Kirby's Dream Course. You have Final Fantasy 3, Super Metroid, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, F-Zero, Earthbound, awesome, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Punch-Out, Castlevania 4, Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, and Kirby Superstar, 8 games in 1, as well as Star Fox 2, which was obviously never before released. Now, the rumor is that you actually have to complete level 1 of Star Fox 1 to unlock Star Fox 2. So, whatever, it is what it is. Who cares? I'll play it anyway. But, and then, of course, the rumor floating around, of course, according to RGT85, is that people are already hacking this system. So, of course, once that comes out, I will be doing the same. Not that I'm actually more satisfied with the games they preloaded on this than the NES. The NES had a lot of filler, and everyone's like, oh, you get more with the NES and all that kind of stuff. Yes, you got more numbers. I think you got, what, 30? But you had, like, Balloon Fight on there. And, like, yeah, I mean, some people may have loved Balloon Fight, but it wasn't, like, the game to play. Like, this has... I mean, I don't see any filler titles in this entire lineup at all. I mean, all the Contras, the Castlevanias, the Ghouls and Ghosts, all the Kirbys, I mean, literally, I would be happy just playing those 21 games. But the bottom line is, like, growing up, I played SimCity a crap ton on the Super Nintendo. I played Total Carnage a lot. I played a lot of the wrestling games like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Raw, all those games. While they may not have been the amazing classics that these other games are, they were meaningful to me in my childhood that I would want on here. So if there is a valid hack, I will be hacking my system to customize it to my childhood and my games that I played, as well as probably keep the ones that are on there. So I'll probably keep those 30 on there, or I'm sorry, not the 30, that was the NES, but the 21 that come preloaded, I'll probably leave alone and then just add to it. So, but that's awesome. So let's get into the meat and potatoes here. Same as before, there's no seal at all. It's just kind of like a tab. So we're gonna pop open, and as you pop it open, it says right there, now you're playing with superpower, which is awesome. Another blast from the past. I'm gonna be very, very careful. Not that I keep this for value, I just keep all of my boxes. So as much as it drives Mindy crazy, I drive her crazy with keeping all my boxes. So as you can see, there's the package right here. So we're gonna show you. It does come with some booklets, which, if I remember correctly from the NES, it did come with just like the warranty and all that stuff. And then here's your instructions, which, yes, this does come with a similar thing. There's your instructions. But if you open the instructions up, it comes with an absolutely amazing poster. As you can see, the Super Nintendo logo on the bottom, and it says, now you're playing with superpower. And it has a couple of the top games, so to speak, that come with it. I did not actually hang up my NES one. I just kind of ran out of space on the walls here. So I'm going to keep this in the baggie as well and just keep it packaged in box. And then just save it for maybe a time where I actually do have some space or some wall space to hang that. And then getting into the actual game system itself, I believe it's going to be very similar to the NES. And in that, you unbox, it's a little bit bigger actually. Here's your power brick. It is a little bit wider and bigger, but it does have the same USB plug-in. It does have the Nintendo seal on there, but it is a little bit bigger of a power brick than the NES NES Classic came with. And then you also have, let me take all this out here. You have your USB. Hold on one second. Let me just take these little things off. This is your power plug. So you've got the one side being your micro USB to the back of the system, and you've got the other side being your standard size USB, which just kind of goes like that right into your power brick and then right into your power bar. And then, of course, you've got the customary included HDMI cable, which is absolutely awesome that they include that in the price of the system, because they didn't have to, honestly. I mean, you're buying their product, not the connections. So they could very easily just say, you know, HDMI cord not included. The fact that they've included an HDMI cord with both systems now, and they're actually, are they Nintendo branded? Let me see. No. Oh, yeah, they are. It actually has, let me see if I can grab it there. The Nintendo seal is actually, not seal, but the logo is actually on the cord. So it's a Nintendo brand HDMI cable with a pretty decent length to it, I have to say. So that's pretty cool. We're going to get to the system now, which I know it's tiny. The NES was tiny too, and then I'm taking this out and I am just blowing the frig away. It's just absolutely such a small little system. Again, here's my hand, here's the system. I mean, it fits in, I can literally palm the whole system in my hand. It's amazing. The buttons, let me see. Okay, cool. So it does actually slide up for a power button, and it actually has the reset button, which I'm sure is the same as like the main menu. It does have fake controller ports on the front here. I believe they flip down, I want to say, in order to plug in. I don't know. I don't want to break this thing. I think they flip down. I thought that's what I read, but I could be wrong. Let's see. No, does it slide down? I don't even know. I should probably read the instructions. I don't want to break it. So, but there's your console right there. Absolutely amazing attention to detail. Obviously, this doesn't open. These buttons actually work as your power buttons. Those are fake ports. I do believe. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it actually. All right. So the whole. That's kind of cheap. I don't like that very much. But you pull it out from here, like this, and it just flips down, and there's your ports right there. So it's not terrible. I mean, they could have probably gone a better route and just I know they're going for the aesthetic to make it look like the actual Super Nintendo, but whatever. So there's your, you know, the side, obviously, and then your back, you've got your HDMI and your power, your, what do you call it? Your DC in, like your power supply, and then obviously everything else is just plain and everything else. So that's just your standard. It does come with 2 controllers. I'm only going to unbox one because obviously they're both the same. It has been decades since I've felt a brand new NES controller, and the true test of this is going to be the controller cord length. Obviously, that was an issue with the NES Classic. That was a major issue with a lot of people, including myself, because I just couldn't believe they gave you like a 3-foot cord. And it's like, who sits on top of the TV? I did when I was little, but I mean, that was because I was young and stupid. This is definitely a lot longer. All right, so controller. Absolutely stellar job, as always, with Nintendo. I mean, it's got the exact feel. It's a 1-to-1 of the old Super Nintendo controller. The buttons are like brand new. It clicks the same. I mean, it's like I'm 11 years old again playing my first Super Nintendo when it came out. Absolutely stellar job. I can't commend them enough for that. The plug on the other end is one of these, same as the NES. I can't really focus it because I'm using my phone to record, but you can see it's not a standard Super Nintendo controller. It's a kind of like the Wii Remote Plus or Wii Controller Plus, whatever the hell it's called, and the NES Classic as well. So as you can see, it does plug directly in. It is made for that system, so you can't use your old controllers, but you don't need to. These are amazing. So they did an amazing job with that. And as far as the length of the cord is concerned, it's looking like it's probably, I would give it like a 5 to 6 foot length, give or take. So I would definitely commend them on doing a great job as far as that's concerned as well, giving a generous cord length this time, which is better than the last time. So all in all, just an absolutely amazing, amazing product. Well worth the price, especially because, like I said, eventually it will be hackable. I'm sure I give it no more than 2 weeks probably before it is a hackable product. And I will definitely be able to then customize my lineup of games to my liking and to the games that I played when I was a child. And, you know, just some of that collection that's sitting over there. Like I said, the 21 that are preloaded are staying on there. There is not a soft spot in that lineup. That's an amazing lineup of games. And especially with Star Fox 2 being a previously unreleased game, obviously I'm not messing with it. I'm keeping those 21 on there. I'll just add to it. SimCity is definitely going on there because I absolutely love that game. Total Carnage was just a blast from my past. My dad got it for me for my birthday one year, and it just was an amazing game that Pixel Sandwich and I played like nonstop. And I'm sure like ActRaiser and some of those games, ActRaiser 2, there's plenty of titles on there that aren't included on this that definitely should be. And once I start going through and jogging my memory, I'll definitely probably, you know, like NBA Jam, there you go, bang, right there. NBA Jam should be on there. There's a lot of games from my childhood that will be added onto this thing. So A+ from Nintendo. Their stock has definitely been not fixed. I won't say it's been fixed, but it's definitely been improved from the last time from the NES. And that you should be able to find these a little bit more freely. So don't play, you know, if you missed out on day one, do not pay scalper prices. I already see them going up on the trade groups online and stuff. Don't fall victim. Vote with your wallet. Do not buy from the scalpers. Let them offload them and maybe take a loss so they stop doing stuff like that, and just wait for the retail to get them. It seems truly like that Nintendo's actually putting the effort out there to get these out to you guys. And yes, you know, games. And by the way, oh, speaking of, I'll end off with a little bit of a rant. GameStop, I've heard that every major retailer has been getting minimum of 30 units on the smaller stores up through big stores in big cities getting 300 of these in stock. I've been paying attention to the news and the numbers. GameStop has been holding back stock, and that's coming from employees. That's coming from people who know and are on the inside. GameStop, my GameStop had 10 units. There's no way in hell they only got 10 units. They're holding them back. They're bundling them on ThinkGeek with items they couldn't they couldn't sell before, and they were trying to clearance them out and couldn't sell. They're bundling them together and putting it at a premium price for like $200. Do not buy into GameStop if you can help it. If you find one singly at a GameStop, fine. Do not buy the bundles, guys. You're playing into their game. They're holding them back, and that was proven with the NES Classic when all of a sudden, magically, when Nintendo announced, we're not producing any more of these, and we haven't produced them for months, all of a sudden, ThinkGeek was like, hey, look, we have 300 more. Why? They held them back in their warehouses. They wanted to put them into bundles to try to move items and stuff and memorabilia that they couldn't move otherwise, because people wanted this or the NES, and they're like, you know what, I'll buy all the other crap that comes with it and just resell that just to get my NES or Super Nintendo, and that's how they make their numbers in sales. If you can help it, guys, please do not support that. Please do not order the bundles from GameStop or ThinkGeek. Like I said, if you happen to trip across a single unit in store, by all means, please pick it up. It's an amazing product, but don't buy into their bundle scam, as I would like to call it. So that's my little rant right there. Like I said, amazing product, A+ from me. I have not actually plugged it into play because I just unboxed it for you, but I will have maybe a video coming up about maybe hacking it in the future once I learn how to do it and once all that information becomes available. So stay tuned to the channel for that, and thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until next time, guys, ACCardShark. Take care.